Thank you for joining us. I'm Candice McQueen, and I serve as CEO of NIET. I am joined today by our president, Josh Barnett, and a number of special guests to celebrate our 2020 Founders Award. Before we talk about our finalists, I want to share a little bit of context with you about this award. NIET's founder, Lowell Milken, knows the power of recognition and how it can drive further excellence. 2 decades ago, he launched the TAP system and founded NIET in part because of the work that was started under the Milken Educator Awards program. And as you know, this honors and celebrates great teachers every year across the country. 20 years later, NIET has now worked with more than 275,000 educators across almost 9,000 schools to advance excellence in teaching and learning. With so many educators doing incredible work around the country, we wanted to create a moment to spotlight the accomplishments of some truly remarkable schools and learn more about what they are doing. That is why we established the Founders Award. The award recognizes exceptional efforts to implement and represent the principles of NIET's mission. The recipient of this award serves as a model of educator effectiveness for their state, region, and of course the nation. Today, we are highlighting 5 outstanding schools that have been named as 2020 NIET Founders Award finalists, and we will announce 1 overall winner. Each of these finalists will receive an award and a check for $10,000. The grand prize winner will receive $50,000. Our finalists have distinguished themselves by advancing educator effectiveness and achieving impressive student growth. Collectively, they serve diverse teacher and student populations. Each demonstrates fidelity to the NIET systems and structures while doing so in a way that is tailored and customized to the needs of their teachers and students in their individual schools. All of them are deserving of this honor, and I want you to hear a little bit more about each one of our finalists. We will start with Chinle Elementary School in Chinle, Arizona. Chinle Unified School District is located on a reservation in northeastern Arizona and serves 3,500 students across 7 schools. Most students are members of the Navajo Nation. Chinle Elementary is located in the heart of the reservation. Through our long-standing partnership with Chinle Elementary, NIET specialists have worked alongside leaders and coaches to discuss and refine practices, and these conversations have helped to raise expectations for both teachers and students. Chinle Elementary has created a culture of support and excellence to attract, retain, and develop effective teachers in every classroom. They're also developing effective leaders that support their students every day. Now, across the district, student growth has propelled Chinle from one of the lowest performing reservation districts to the highest performing in the state. We have with us today Chinle Elementary Principal Janie Christie and Superintendent Quincy Natay. Chinle has redefined what's possible, and it shows. Let's watch a short video to learn about their journey.
Chinle Elementary School is in Chinle, Arizona, which is on the Navajo Reservation. We have a very unique population in a very rural area. Our students travel in from at least 60 miles away, one way, every single day to come to school.
We use who we are as people, as a community, as a culture, and pair it with all the tools and strategies and skills that NIET has given us.
What is our big goal?
We have embraced the rubric wholeheartedly. We see the results in our students' growth and achievement.
Our teachers inspire the students.
It is so worth it when you see a child who's not able to read, all of a sudden read and comprehend the text, and all of a sudden their world has changed.
Good job. Ready to rock?
Ready to roll!
Fantastic. I want to say thanks for joining us, Principal Christie and Superintendent Natay. We know the entire Navajo Nation has been critically impacted by COVID-19 over the last couple of months. And so please know how grateful we are that you were joining us today. Principal Christie, I'm going to start with you and then certainly want Superintendent Natey to follow up. But Chinle has modeled how educators and leaders can blend the idea of preparing for the future while honoring your specific culture and traditions. You've shifted expectations and beliefs about what is possible for students. Can you take a minute just to share how you've had this shift take hold in your educators and how it has impacted your greater school community?
Yes. First, I just want to say thank you for the nomination. It has meant so much to our school, our district, and our community. And then, of course, we started with what I call the dream team, an amazing staff of teachers and classified and students that are really passionate about learning and education. But the first big shift that started to happen was the instructional rubric, taking from a teacher-led classroom to a student-led classroom. When the teachers really started to watch the students take the lead in education, in their own education, that set huge expectations and belief that our students are just as capable as anywhere else across the nation. In 2016, the first teacher met the state average in math, and it caused this ripple effect through the entire school. And last year we had 66% of our teachers meet or exceed the state average, and we just keep growing and building off of that.
Good morning and thank you. First, I want to acknowledge the partnership we have with NIET, and without that partnership, we wouldn't be able to see the success we're seeing with our students. It began with one teacher coming within 1 percentage point of the state average in the first year of our high stakes testing. Amidst otherwise dismal test results, this win gave us a group of students and a teacher to point to in order to say, if they can do it, so can the rest. CES joined the club with a grade level and some classrooms achieving. From that point forward, CES has been a leader in the district in terms of the number of classrooms and grade levels demonstrating pass rates at or above the state average for both math and ELA. The success that teachers and students were experiencing really extinguished the old attitudes that our students can't do this and replace them with a strong sense of efficacy that these students can, and as teachers, we can make it happen. Examples in the building are Debbie Mitchell bringing home a 71% pass rate in ELA, 30% above the state average for her grade level. CES has strong academic coaches, and as a leadership team, they have consistently implemented the commitment with the keys to success that CUSD has introduced. It makes me think of the flywheel effect of that Good to Great talks about. People were doing the work that we asked them to do, and they were seeing success because of it. Ultimately, the energy from that success began to sustain itself, and it sustained the credibility of the work that was creating the success. So 4 keys to success were strategic planning, student-centered programs, and this is where NIET and the TAP program comes into play with our professional learning communities key, and last but not least, a guaranteed and viable curriculum. So I want to thank you for this nomination. And so from the Navajo Nation, Ahiha.
Thank you, Superintendent Natey, and certainly Principal Christie. We appreciate your feedback. You know, you have a story to tell, and you have shown what the potential is in your community and have had all of your students really raise the bar for what's possible. We're excited that we have the opportunity to connect with you today from across the country to say congratulations on being a finalist, and we appreciate how you have provided an exemplar story for the rest of the country. Up next, we have our second finalist that is literally on the opposite corner of the state from the Chinle community. This is Desert View Elementary School in Gadsden, Arizona. To share more, I'm going to turn it over to our president, Dr. Barnett.
Thank you, Dr. McQueen. Desert View school community knows firsthand the value of perseverance. The school sits along the U.S.-Mexico border, and nearly 100% of the students are Hispanic or Latino. More than a third are English language learners. The school's motto is "The race for excellence has no finish line." And there are a number of ways we see them exemplify this in their actions. Desert View has earned a ranking as the #1 school in Yuma County and 5 consecutive A state letter grades. Students are in the top 5% in Arizona for AZ merit passing rates and the top 10% for growth. From 2015 to 2019, Desert View students consistently achieved more than a year's worth of academic growth, setting them on a path to become lifelong learners. Joining us now are Desert View Principal Meredith Nelson and Superintendent Raymond Aguilera. Let's watch to learn more of their story.
NIET has been so helpful at Desert View. I believe it's one of the reasons we're so successful.
We're going to see how our kids did and what standards we need to target.
We all have the same language. We all know those best practices, and it has made us such a more effective school. And we have just learned so much from each other through TAP and observations and modeling and cluster.
Go!
We've had an A rating for the last 5 years. Last year we were #1 in Yuma County, top 10% in Arizona. 2 years ago we were the top 5% in Arizona. And I think all of that has come from what we've learned from TAP and NIET and how it's just made us more effective teachers.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you both for joining us. We also have a question for you, and we'll start by hearing from Principal Nelson and Dr. A if you can follow. Desert View is a school that has never stopped pushing itself to the next level of greatness. You've partnered with us for 9 years now, and you've earned 5 straight A's from the state of Arizona. As a leader, how do you encourage your educators to go deeper in their implementation of NIET's principles? And how do you see your team continuing to reach for that next level?
Good morning, and thank you so much for honoring us today. We really appreciate that. We go deeper. I encourage the staff to go deeper into implementation in various ways. One is through the post-conference. I think that's a very important way for us to talk one-on-one and to really look into the research and the strategies of what they're doing as well and what they can work on. Excuse me. It's also through our PD and the critical attributes that we look at when we look at very individual descriptors within an indicator. And we always have follow-up with reflection. We have a reflection notebook, and I think that has made us go deeper and deeper because we truly reflect on every little piece of NIET as a whole. And as a team, we continue to reach for the next level. One is I cannot push them any harder than they push themselves. They have extremely high expectations for themselves. They have very high expectations for each other. And they are extremely data-driven. We look at data nonstop. Data is our life. And we truly follow those multiple career paths. We've had many of our people go from career teacher to mentor to master onto administrators, and we're very, very proud of that.
Dr. A, what are your thoughts?
Well, we've been at it for quite a few years in the school district, and over the years, we've constantly improved. In a Stanford study, I believe, of 11,000 school districts in the country, we placed in 99th percentile in terms of growth, highest there has been. And that in itself motivates our teachers and my administrators. At Desert View with 5 A's and other schools with an A as well, it's kind of a self-motivating situation. We simply refine every year. We don't look for a magic bullet. It's about hard work, look at the curriculum, look at assessment, looking at kids, looking at the community, and moving on. Our job-embedded professional development, I believe, is second to none because of your lead. And our consultants, administrators, masters, and mentor teachers are all focused in the same direction in all our schools. Our annual data summits, which we have every year and have so before they were common in the country, it really is part of the growth in our school district. One of the interesting dynamics that has happened is our students that we started with are now teachers in our school district. And they've, as a matter of fact, become mentors, masters, or even administrators. And that is priceless. So I thank you for allowing us to achieve these successes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your response and your commitment to the work that we know is effective and encourages all of us with the success that you've had in your district. Our third finalist is Duplessis Primary School in Ascension Parish, Louisiana. And for that, I'll turn it back over to Dr. McQueen.
Thank you, Dr. Barnett. Duplessis Primary School is located outside Baton Rouge in Ascension Public Schools. Ascension has been a longtime NIET partner, and Duplessis stands out to us because of the school's fidelity to the TAP system and the NIET framework. Their team of teacher and school leaders work together to develop effective strategies and track progress student by student, which has resulted in a strong school culture, improved student performance, and double-digit increases in passing rates on the state exam. These results are a testament to meeting the needs of all students, of whom half are minority and over 60% are economically disadvantaged. Duplessis is a top gains honoree by the state of Louisiana, and through the Patriot Way, Duplessis instills qualities of respect, compassion, and integrity, serving the needs of the whole child. Today, I'm glad to be joined by Duplessis Principal Jennifer Board and Superintendent David Alexander. Let's watch a brief video about their story.
Fidelity to the NIET framework is the key to our success. The fact that we are a highly reflective culture, without that framework, we wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be a finalist.
Since we've started the structures of the NIET, every year since we've done it, we've been a top gain school.
The leadership team is a very strong component of the structure of the NIET system on our campus. We do everything together. We're not going to ask our teachers to do anything that we haven't gone through first.
That empowerment of I'm here to support you, and I will roll up my sleeves and I will jump in with you because that's fun. That is fun to analyze student work and to chart that growth.
Knowing that at Duplessis we are moving children and we are being successful each and every year, I would never want to go anywhere else.
You can do hard things.
Well, thank you, Principal Board and Superintendent Alexander, for being with us today. We do have a question for both of you, and I'll start with Principal Board. Ascension is one of our long-standing NIET partners, but you have continued to go further and deeper with implementation and leverage the systems and support to meet the needs of each and every child, which is why you're here today. So how long and how have you made the NIET approach part of your school's everyday way of teaching and learning?
Thank you, Dr. McQueen. We believe in what we call the Patriot Way. And this is something that as a team, every year we attend the fireside chat after the Founders Award, and we take everything that we possibly can, bring it back to campus and learn. And so with the Wildflower Way of last year, we decided to go with the Patriot Way. And basically the Patriot Way is the NIET way. We have children who we are focusing on growing socially, emotionally, creatively, as well as academically. And so when you think about the Patriot Way, it's an all-in mentality. It's I've got your back. Like we said in the video, it is very much, I want to join you on field testing. Please bring that student work back to leadership and let's dig in, because I'm rolling up my sleeves. I am a former master teacher myself who is now an administrator. My assistant principal is a former master teacher who is now my assistant and also an administrator. And the children know that we are an NIET school. Our students, our patriots know what it means to be a TAP school. They understand that we have master teachers who come in to learn from them so that we can improve our academics and that we are all in this together. Our children are tracking their own success. Every single child on this campus has a data binder and it loops up with them. So by the time you're a kindergartner and you're in 5th grade, you will have a portfolio of all of your successes that you have experienced here at Duplessis Primary. And the leadership team, again, we are always in those classrooms, whether it's in follow-up, field testing. This year I challenged my team. We had a need for a greater understanding of our phonics instruction. And so again, like I said, it was quite fun because every single one of us annotated the plans, went through the lesson, taught the lesson, and then came back and reflected before we brought both a teacher and a student needs a cluster. And it was absolutely amazing to see these children have their principal and their assistant principal and their master teachers all in classrooms teaching them how to read. And so again, that's what we believe in. It has worked for us, whether it's the environment rubric for the social emotional aspect or the academic rubric where we are pushing high levels of instruction. My teachers are amazing. They are second to none in this nation. And I believe in everything they do, in everything they say, and I've got their back. And that's the Patriot way.
Superintendent Alexander, anything to add?
Well, absolutely. First of all, I want to congratulate this board, Duplessis, and all of these finalists. But certainly here at Duplessis, this is affirmation to the hard work that they do. Certainly affirmation to the work we do with children. I think that it reflects our core values in Ascension Parish, which is service, leadership, teamwork, and learning. And I also want to say we believe that leadership is a disposition, not a position. So I think that everything that goes on in the TAP model is around those leadership dispositions and transfer leadership dispositions to students so that they can monitor their own growth and share their own growth with others and leverage opportunities from each other. I think it's interesting, your question was about the school's everyday way of teaching. One of our highest priorities outside, second only to physical and emotional safety of everybody in our buildings is that everybody comes to work every day to provide a high quality experience for children. And certainly that the most important quality experience is in that classroom. So I like that you asked your question about what we do every day, because we absolutely believe if we stack those daily quality experiences on top of each other, then we'll accomplish the growth we need at the end of the year. So again, congratulations to Duplessis for being recognized here, and a big thank you to TAP and NIET for how you support education in our nation.
Well, thank you, Superintendent Alexander and Principal Board. Both of you well said. That everyday discipline, that everyday excellence that you bring to your work is certainly noticeable around the country. One of our team members recently said that she loves this work because she learns something new every day. And that's in part because she gets to go into places like yours and partner with you and see the excellent work that you do, the new work, the deeper work, the innovative work that you do on a regular basis. So thank you and congratulations to both of you. Our next finalist that we're going to honor is Slayton High School in the great state of Texas. I'll now turn it over to Dr. Barnett to share their story.
Thank you, Dr. McQueen. Slayton High School is located in Northwest Texas near Lubbock. Since starting full implementation of the NIET TAP system last school year, Slayton High has seen incredible change and growth, as shown by better performance on standardized testing, improved state accountability ratings, and increasing the number of students leaving high school with industry-based certifications and college credit hours. Over the past year, in partnership with NIET, Slayton High has also been increasingly attractive to new educators, including those who found teaching as a second career. And TAP has helped veteran teachers deepen their practice and grow into leadership throughout the additional coaching and feedback loops we provide. Slayton High School teachers and leaders work together as a cohesive and communicative unit with an unapologetic focus on supporting student growth and achievement. Joining us now are Slayton High School Principal Tiffany Potts and Superintendent Jim Andrus. Let's watch a short video about this community.
It's just so exciting to be a finalist and just for our teachers to be recognized for the hard work they're doing.
So 2 parts, levels of questions and the procedures for questioning. Going back to the rubric, what we really were grounded on is standards and objectives, and then the student work. Can they interpret the information versus just reproducing the information? We have teachers that thought kids were learning. Now we have the data to prove that they're learning.
The culture around the campus at Slayton High School has changed tremendously this school year. Last year we implemented the process back into the school after a 2-year lapse. And our students, they feel the normality, they feel the protocols that are in place, and they know that every room they go to is going to have some stability and that teachers are all doing the same things to make sure they're learning.
If you want your kid to receive the best education possible, but also be loved at the same time, we're the place to be.
Thank you both for joining us, and we also have a question for you. We'll start by hearing from Principal Potts and Superintendent Andrus, if you can follow. One aspect of Slayton that we find particularly encouraging is your long-standing focus on the entire educator pipeline, growing your own, retaining teachers, and being attractive to new educators as well. How have you done this, and what would be your advice to other schools and districts?
First of all, I always want to thank you, Dr. Barnett and Dr. McQueen and Mr. Milken, just for the recognition and the support that NIET has given us. And, you know, the reality is we as a high school, we're lagging a little behind. You know, we fell by the wayside a few years ago after the seed grant and kind of thought, you know, it doesn't work at high school. That was the mindset. And so, and if you look around, there's not a lot of high schools doing it. And so what was happening is we were using it as an evaluation tool, but we weren't using it as an instructional tool, and our teachers were struggling with that. And so in our 2nd year of implementation, what we've done is be successful because of the Grow Your Own pipeline. And we couldn't have the successful growth in our students and growth in our teachers and our certification numbers going up if it hadn't been for that. What we were able to do is pull our associate principal of curriculum instruction and our master teacher from our junior high campus to our high school campus so that we could implement PLC and cluster learning with fidelity. And without those things, I don't think you would see the quick culture shift that we've been able to see. The thing that really has been the biggest change for us is a district of innovation. Like you said in the video, we have a lot of kids that we're able to send out with dual credit hours and then the ability to have a certification when they leave. And I think that's our biggest success story as far as growing our own teachers is we are able to go out and hire chefs and hire nurses and have them teach in our classroom with the supports and the NIET protocols in place to make them successful educators. And so I can take a guy that's ran a kitchen and put him in a culinary classroom and have the support from our master teacher and administration and mentor teachers and just fellow classroom teachers that are there to support him and see our kids are going out and getting their certification and being able to go into culinary schools. And so we just have great stories like that we've seen the implementation of NIET, not just as an evaluation tool, but as an ongoing education and a learning tool for our teachers. Our teachers no longer feel like they're on an island. They know that, yes, the evaluation piece is a strong part of that, but we're there to grow them, we're there to support them, and we're there to see them eventually move up our pipeline into mentor, master, and future educators and future administrators.
That's a great perspective. You know, we understand that, excuse me, teachers are the decisive element in the classroom. And so we're investing in our teachers. And the educator pipeline is really about helping teachers develop a vision for their future, building their capacity where they're at and giving them the hope that they want for whatever they want to do. So in our pipeline, it's really a two-way pipeline. We've had teachers move up from career teacher all the way to principal. We've also had teachers that get in the pipeline and decide, you know, I don't think this is where I want to be. I really want to invest in kids directly in the classroom. And so they've gone right back into the classroom, and that's been a very positive thing. Our Grow Your Own model with Texas Tech University has been fantastic. We have hired 7 of those in the last 2 years. They've gone right into the classroom, not as new teachers because they've already been on our campuses for a year. They go back with experience, and that has made quite a difference for us. Promoting from within is a huge part of what we do in Slayton ISD as well. In the last 2 years, we've had 25 changes of moving people up, and all but 3 of those came from completely within our district in that pipeline. It's been a very healthy way of maintaining cohesiveness, maintaining the collaborative cultures that we have, and it maintains consistency for our students. So those best practice models just keep right on going. So it's about investing in new teachers, investing in our career teachers, and that's attractive to people from the outside. So I will tell you, we're a very different district than we were 6 years ago, 8 years ago, when we began with the TAP processes. And NIET's investment in us, we cannot thank you enough. Mr. Milken, we thank you and Dr. McQueen and Dr. Barnett. It's been an enjoyable and pleasurable journey, and we look forward to many years of outstanding teaching in our district as well.
Well, thank you, Principal Potts and Superintendent Andrus. We love what you're doing with the pipeline. We love how you're drawing your community in and retaining folks and building them. And as a nonprofit, we love that we can connect those dots across different sectors and help partners go further. Our last finalist for the 2020 Founders Award is Slaughter Elementary School in East Feliciana Parish, Louisiana. And for that, I'll turn it back to Dr. McQueen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Barnett. Slaughter Elementary's success can be summed up by the district's motto, thriving with purpose. School leaders and teachers provide an environment where students receive a high-quality education and become confident thinkers along the way. Slaughter Elementary is part of East Feliciana Public Schools, located north of Baton Rouge. The school's culture is what sets them apart. Families receive academic and emotional support, and Principal Kim Glascott and her team have built a community based on collaboration right alongside high expectations. Students have risen to what's expected of them. As case in point, between 2018 and 2019, 3rd and 4th graders increased their English Language Arts Index scores by more than 20 points. Slaughter Elementary has earned an A state ranking for student progress, and in 2019, East Feliciana Public Schools ranked in the top 10 most improved school systems in Louisiana. I'm glad to be joined today by Slaughter Elementary Principal Kim Glascott and Superintendent Keisha Netterville. Let's now see a little bit more about their story.
We work really hard at Slaughter Elementary, and just to have it acknowledged and appreciated is just an awesome honor. We're so pleased to be nominated. We've been at NIET TAP school for 3 years. It's created a culture of collaboration among the teachers.
When you walk into a classroom, there are certain expectations for standards and objectives for academic feedback. So we're using the rubric and those best practices that NIET has taught us in order to see success in each classroom.
Good job.
Not only am I a master teacher here, but I am a parent of 2 children that go to school here. So I trust this school. I know that it's just an extension of home, and I know that every day our teachers are making the best decisions for our students, and our students are excited to be at school.
You are correct. Pat yourselves on the back.
Not many people know our school is here. Now, so many people will know that our school is here and that we're shining bright.
Fantastic story. So I want to thank you both for joining us, Principal Glascock and Superintendent Netterville. We have a final question for you, and we'll start with Principal Glascock. Your school culture is very positive and collaborative. We saw it in the video, and your students and teachers are thriving despite a number of challenges in your community. How have you kept a focus on high quality instruction and high expectations while serving the broader needs of your students and your community?
Thank you for having us today. Our students do face many challenges outside the school setting. However, when they walk through the doors at Slaughter Elementary, our faculty and staff work hard to ensure that our students feel loved, valued, and supported. At Slaughter, we set high expectations for all of our students, no matter what adversities that they may face. We set realistic individual goals for our students and regularly monitor their progress toward making their goals. Students also engage in taking ownership of their own learning and tracking their own learning. The increase in teacher effectiveness through the TAP program, we've been able to close achievement gaps among all of our student subgroups. And this has been a direct result of our students engaging in high quality, on grade level, tier 1 curriculum by highly effective teachers that we developed through using the TAP system.
Superintendent Netterville, anything you would add?
Yes, definitely. You know, when I think about our school district and some of the challenges we face, you know, a lot of our teachers are here because they want to be here. As you said before, we thrive with purpose. We're one of the lowest paid school districts in the state of Louisiana. But when I think about Slaughter Elementary particularly, students are greeted with a smiling face each day. They partake in a well-balanced, nutritious breakfast and lunch because we are a part of a community eligibility program where students eat free. Principal Glascock and her team, aside from that, also develop a solid school plan and master schedule that support the district vision and goals. They implement high quality tier 1 curriculum in ELA and math for core instruction. They also are very, very devoted to job embedded professional development, which addresses the specific needs or areas of refinement for our teachers. They also address specific areas for growth in students by looking at and analyzing that student work. And finally, they implement a strategic plan for student intervention each day. They make sure that they focus on specific skills that students are struggling with. We're so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you all again for at least acknowledging us. You know, we are just very, very pleased to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and well said. I appreciate both of your responses and the bright light and the example that you're showing across the country. And I just want to take a minute to say thank you to all of the individuals who are being recognized today. Our finalists are truly examples for the rest of the country. And while I know the story and I know you and I've seen the videos, I think seeing them all at one time feels like we have a story to tell, and I hope you will continue to be that example and that shining light across the country. All of you have been recognized for your outstanding accomplishments, and we're excited that we're able to recognize you as finalists. And now we are going to send you your check shortly. We also have something to display in your schools to recognize you as finalists. And we hope that while we didn't get a chance to do this collectively at our annual conference, that you will celebrate with your communities around what you've accomplished together and what you will continue to do and accomplish for your students. So now we're going to close with one big announcement. And to do so, I want to introduce our special guest, our chairman and founder, Mr. Lowell Milken. Lowell Milken's lifelong commitment to strengthening K-12 education has led to some of our country's most innovative means to dramatically advancing educator effectiveness. As founder of NIET, he guides a team of educators, research, and policy experts who forge partnerships that create leadership and professional development opportunities that you've heard about today for educators across our country to thrive. For the past 2 decades, researchers have pointed to the success of NIET's approach with proven outcomes of greater educator effectiveness, greater student improvement, greater student performance in schools just like yours across the nation. Since 1982, Lowell also chaired the Milken Family Foundation. He also co-founded and discovered an innovative and effective way of helping people help themselves and lead to productive and satisfying lives. That's what he does through the foundation. Among the foundation's hallmark initiatives, Lowell created the Milken Educator Awards to celebrate and elevate, as well as activate, exemplary teachers and principals, guided by the philosophy that the most talented in the profession should be honored and emulated. As they are in film, sports, and other fields, the awards have surprised almost 3,000 educators since 1987 with individual unrestricted $25,000 gifts. By creating strong and vibrant communities in philanthropy as well as business, Lowell actively promotes excellence in education for a global economy. His accomplishments in education have been acknowledged with honors from the National Association of State Boards of Education, the Horace Mann League, the National Association of Secondary School Principals, Hebrew Union College, Chapman University, and UCLA School of Law. In 2017, he was presented with the prestigious Education Commission of the State's James Bryant Conant Award for significant individual contributions to American education. Lowell's efforts to advance educational excellence draw inspiration from the talented teachers he had in the California public school system, which he attended from elementary through graduate school. At UC Berkeley, he graduated Phi Beta Kappa and summa cum laude, receiving the School of Business Administration's Most Outstanding Student Award. It is my pleasure to introduce to you NIET's founder and chairman, Lowell Milken.
First of all, Candice, thank you for the kind introduction. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to each of the district superintendents who have taken time out of their busy schedules with a lot of challenges to join with us today. I also want to say thank you to the principals and the members of the leadership teams of the finalist schools. When I established the award many years ago, as you heard, I had something very specific in mind, and believing as I do in the power of recognition to generate productive action, I envisioned at that time an honor that would stimulate talented principals and teacher leaders to build educator excellence as the key element to drive student success. And in the past hour, seeing all the significant accomplishments that you have achieved in your schools and the continued progress that's being achieved in your districts, I'm proud to say that this original goal has been achieved. Your courage, your conviction, your vision, and perseverance have certainly generated profound change in your education systems, as we've seen how you elevate students and educators, and in fact, entire communities. And each finalist school among the thousands of schools we considered is most deserving of this distinguished status. Thank you again for your life-changing work. So now I will provide the announcement that's kept many of you in suspense, especially for the past 10 minutes. To present the 2020 NIET Founders Award, I typically at this point would ask for the envelope. But since I am holding the envelope, since we are virtual today, I will just open it up with the drama here within my own home. And it gives me great pleasure to present the 2020 NIET Founders Award to Duplessis Primary School in Ascension Public Schools, Louisiana. My congratulations to Principal Board and Superintendent Alexander and the entire senior leadership team. And before we ask you to make some brief comments, let's take a moment and watch a short video about your story.
Gonzales, Ascension Parish, Louisiana is very unique. We are known as the jambalaya capital of the world and have gone from being a rural community to a suburb to nearly a city now. We are about 750 students here at Duplessis Primary, and our EL population has doubled since last year. We are a Title I school, and that is how we were able to get the support and partner with NIET. I am beginning my 5th year as principal.
Love that passion.
Jennifer Board is a charismatic leader. She is take charge. She's going to jump in if there's an issue. She is going to tackle it right away, but she also has a huge heart.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Y'all make a great day.
My first priority as a principal was focusing on becoming a village and becoming a family.
When you teach in Ascension Parish and you're born and raised here, you want every child to succeed because you know the children, you know their families, you know their grandparents.
We're committed to the fidelity of the things that NIET espouses. Duplessis, first of all,
has a culture here that's committed to a common mission around students.
Because that's how we learn, that's how we grow.
Their teachers take their individual growth plans and they look at student data and they make decisions based off of that. The team looks at the teachers' IGPs and they do follow-up based off of that. So it makes it very cohesive.
My leadership team is outstanding.
Ms. Board and I are former master teachers ourselves. We really know the structures in and out, the process for field testing, how a good, effective leadership team should be run. We really know how to put it into action.
It really is a place where I know I can go and bring my work, and there's going to be a team of people behind me helping me figure out what I need to do for students.
Since Duplessis has become an NIET partner school, we have continued to grow every single year in growth progress. Our first year that it was able to be measured, we were a 102A. The next year we were a 106A, and this past year we were a 110A. We have also been a value-added school of 4, all 4 years.
Okay, let's take out your red data binders.
We brought in what we call data binders, and every child on this campus, whether you are in kindergarten through 5th grade, you know your goal.
A data binder is a folder that they give you that tracks your subjects, your benchmarks, what you did on LEAP last year, and it's to help keep all of your grades in one place so you're aware of your goals that you need to reach.
We hold the students accountable. They are responsible to monitor their own progress in learning, and I believe that that is important in order to grow well-rounded lifelong learners.
Thank you for living and showing the Patriot way, you guys.
The Patriot way is basically being respectful and responsible and do your best and really participate and have self-discipline.
So the Patriot way actually was a small, tiny theft from the Wildflower Way of last year.
We were at the NIET conference last year, and we went to the panel for the founder winners, the Wildflower Elementary, and we really liked how they spoke to the Wildflower Way.
And Miss Vincent took in her notebook and wrote, "The Patriot Way," and pointed to it. It is incredibly important to learn from best practices wherever you find them. I feel like that is the true intention of NIET.
Being an NIET teacher has really changed the way I teach. I get to see kids who really couldn't read at the beginning go on to be on the honor roll.
You are never left behind, and you don't have time to be complacent in your job. It's not a job, it is a career, because you're always pushing yourself to achieve something else professionally.
We know that the stars of education are the students. However, the teachers are the one making sure that these stars will shine bright. And I like how NIET invests time, resources to grow teachers. So in turn, they can grow students.
That's what NIET framework is about. That's why we do what we do, is to grow that leadership capacity in order to grow our profession and in order to grow our students and our community and our state and our nation.
We would love to have both of you say a few words about your past year and your time as an NIET partner and build on what we saw in the video.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I'm so sorry I'm emotional. This is, you know, the win and the honor was the nomination. This is just unbelievable. I'm shaking like a leaf right now. Thank you guys so much. And seeing my babies and seeing my people out there and hugging them and loving them, I think that was the most emotional part of all of it, because I miss them so much. So thank y'all for the video and the honor. And, you know, we have just truly, Dr. McQueen, capsized on what I was able to get as a master teacher from my executive master teacher, who was honest, fearless, and someone who just never gave up on me, continuously supported me, continuously grew me professionally and definitely personally. And if I can continue to keep that at Duplessis, from myself to the new teachers that we recruit, because believe me, we leverage those NIET structures, and that's how we recruit the best, because they know they're coming to the best, to our teachers who are here now, our mentors who have gone on to be master teachers, our mentors and masters who have gone on to be administrators, and even our children. If we can grow the whole child, the whole person, the whole community, then we are doing what NIET is meant to do. And that is to improve people's lives and improve education and always look and take it to the next step. Yes, yes, yes! Obviously, the social distancing might be
Only a small issue.
Well, I would love, Superintendent Alexander, with anything you would like to say, words of wisdom as we close out, and finish up. And certainly I'll let Bull jump in if he'd like to say something else too.
Yeah, so first of all, congratulations. It's a credit to the leadership that goes on here on a daily basis. Remember, leadership is a disposition, it's not a position. It's that influence that we have. And you know, I love the graphs that were put up there in that video that talked about the growth from year to year, because it really is not anything about a moment in time, it's about a body of work. But the moments in time are what contribute to that body of work. And making sure those moments in time are precise is what this staff is dedicated to doing. And throughout Ascension Parish, all of everyone, it's great to have your work affirmed. This is going to be an awesome celebration, but I'm going to tell you, the fun really is in the journey. Yes. And we enjoy these moments where we can celebrate and really high five and have a moment to celebrate an accomplishment. But what we're really looking forward to is how this energizes us to put our feet back in the journey, because we've got K through 5 students that are depending on us next year. So thank you for the work that you guys do to guide the work that goes on in school buildings, providing good sound structures and good sound research to help us transfer leadership and transfer learning. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well said. Well, I want to say congratulations to all of you. You have potentially made my last 2.5 months to see all of you together celebrating as a team, and certainly you are the reason why we're here today, the work you do on the ground. So congratulations, kudos. We can't wait to send $50,000 your way to use at your school.
Just for clarity, that's not a virtual check, is it?
No, it's real. It's a real check. And like always, we'll give you a little suspense, but it's coming. It's coming your way. And I want to close by, if Sarah could bring up all of our finalists on screen. We want to see everybody across the country who is showing what's possible as we celebrate with Duplessis Elementary School and Ascension Parish. We have 5 finalists who truly, any of them could have been our awardee, and we're thrilled that we have such great examples everywhere. So let's give everybody one last big hand. And I want to say in closing, a special thank you to our founder and chair, Lowell Milken. He is the reason why we do what we do at NIET. His vision over 20 years ago set us on a pathway to be an organization that supports educators, supports our schools, and does it with fidelity alongside our partners. So thank you again for being with us, and certainly thank you for the opportunity to provide an award like this to our partners. I also just wanted to take a final moment to say you are winners, all of you, and congratulations again to Duplessis. Your teamwork and focus and what you do in a child-centered nature where teachers and students both thrive is exactly what we want to see in classrooms all across the country, no matter what that classroom looks like and no matter what community those classrooms are in. We all know that there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknown right now, and some of you are feeling that very acutely in your communities. But we have learned one thing this spring, and we've learned dramatically that great teaching has to be at the heart of every single thing we do, whether that's in person, online, by phone. Great teachers matter. The foundations of great teaching don't change, even if the modality of what that teaching might be in actually does. And I'm confident, whether it's today or a year from now, that our finalists will continue to model what excellent instruction looks like, no matter how we move forward. I want to say thank you again for joining us today. Please feel free to reach out to us on social media and share the great news. And certainly you can always learn more about what we're doing on our website at niet.org. We hope you have a great end of the school year, and we look forward to connecting with you soon, no matter what that might look like. So thanks again, and I appreciate you all being here today.